welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our coverage of the 2016 group stages of the Risk tournament. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Risk, it basically goes along the lines of two players submitting a build to admin, and there's a 50-50 chance that both players will have to swap their builds, so it throws up some pretty interesting strategies, for sure. So this particular game will feature some very good players. We got a newcomer, Mr. The Wrath of Legion, or the Lonely Legion, aka the Last Legion. Man, he changes his name quite a bit. Very hard to keep up with a lot of these Total War players. So I think as of now, I think it's the Wrath of Legion versus Bobi, TWR Bobi. Good old Bobi, doesn't really change his name too much, aside from Bulgarian Patrol, I think it was before. So Legion came to me initially with a Parthian build. Pretty nice build. It doesn't look like he was going too strong. The big noticeable difference was, well, the noticeable thing about that build was the one cataphract, Eastern cataphract in the army. So going to be interesting to see how he deals with that. And Bobi has come to me with a COLCHIS build, plenty of axes, and you know, nobles as you'd expect. But anyway, let's jump into the game. We'll see the actual builds themselves. Hey, so this is what I'm talking about. We got the lonely Eastern cataphract there. We got some noble blood cav. We've also got a camel spearman, and that's going to be the cavalry. I mean, you've got three of these noble horse archers, which are OP as fuck. I love the fact that Bobi seems to pick them for every Parthian army. And you know what? It's fitting because this was a swap round. So we had Bobi originally built this COLCHIS army. There was a swap round, so now he has to play as the Parthian build that Legion has built. So Legion's going to have to play with the this COLCHIS build here. So we got Hillman, Cartley Axeman. There's a lot of hidden units actually, so I'll go over Bobi's build first up. So 3 noble horse archers up the back, including the general. So very heavy missile cav. They'll be pretty punishing on the charge. They have lots of ammo. They're probably going to be quite good late game tools, I would expect. We got 2 Persian light archers on this side. Very interesting to see that Bobi's doing his typical thing, splitting his army up into 3 little wings. This little sandwich over here has a noble blood cav, a hillman, a Parthian swordsman, and a mercenary hoplite at the front. 2 Persian light archers. In the center, he's got his lonely Eastern cataphract, Parthian foot archers, and 1 Parthian swordsman and a mercenary hoplite. On this flank, we got mercenary hoplite, Parthian swordsman, 2 Persian light archers, hillman, and a camel spearman. Interesting to see this guy being brought. I suppose, well, that said, both players don't know what the other's going to pick. So there's no way of knowing that when Lonely Legion built this army, he wouldn't have known what faction he would be facing up against. I mean, I would say if he was going to be playing up against someone like COLCHIS, he probably wouldn't have bothered with the Camel Spearman. But that said, Bobi brought a pretty, not a cav heavy army, but he did bring 4 of these noble blood cav. And they're going to be defended by 2 Colchian nobles in the center. We've got a wing out here with Eastern Slingers, 2 of them, Hillman, Cartley Axeman, 2 of them, Colchian Noble, and looks like he's going to split up his Noble Blood Cav, 3 in the center, 1 over on that wing there. We've got Hillman at this side as a meat shield, 2 Eastern Slingers, Axeman, Colchian Noble. So definitely a mirroring kind of move by Last Legion. Probably a good idea. I mean, 1 for 1, he probably has the tools to beat down this this Parthian build, because there's a lot of infantry brought by the Parthians, and that's not really what they're known or what they're good at, really. So it looks like Bobi's going to start pushing up. These noble horse archers, I reckon in every single match I've ever seen Bobi play where he brings noble horse archers, these guys have been MVPs, so I mean, I can only guess that these guys are going to be used to good effect. We'll see how that works out. Now, there's a bit of a disclaimer here. There wasn't a claim of pull-through, but I think there was a bit of confusion at the time over the rules. With Risk Tournament, pull-through is allowed through skirmishes and through units that have been knocked down. So if they're lying on the ground, they're just having a little nap, you can move your unit through, or your cavalry through that unit. So there's not a problem with that. Now that I've said that, you're probably going to be looking out for pull-throughs all throughout this match. There's only 1 incident, but I don't know where it is. So we'll see if we catch it. Anyway, Noble Horse Archer is going to be peeled off to this side of the battlefield. And it looks like we're going to have a mirror happening now with the Noble Blood Cav. These Eastern Slingers are going to have an easy time warding off those Noble Blood. Sorry, not Noble Blood. These are Noble Horus Archers. What have we got? So, Noble Blood being split up completely. We've got two over here, one in the center, one out in the left flank from Lonely Legion. I gotta say, I really like this Colchian build. I like what is happening, and I like the way that the Legion has lined up his troops here. So he's got his cav support in the center, or it used to be. And then he's kind of got, you know, nice little wings, nice little sandwiches out in the wings. It's nice. I like it. So, Eastern Slinger is going to be opening fire on these mercenary hoplites. He's going to get a couple of kills. Noble Blood Cav going to be coming in for the kill. This is going to be absolutely punishing. Oh my god. Really thin lines up against this kind of cavalry charge is going to be brutal. Okay, Bobi's going to reply with his Eastern Cataphracts. We got a really nice charge coming in here, flattening the whole unit. So these mercenary hoplites are all lying on the floor, and it looks like this is going to be the incident of the pull-through. Where, you know, Legion's going to pull through his Noble Blood Cav, which is fair enough. That's entirely within the rules. He's going to come back here and smash these Parthian foot archers, going to take them out of the fight. And he's going to be backing them up with Colchian Nobles. So probably a really nice move that's been happening here. So we've got these Noble Blood coming through, destroying those Parthian foot archers. Probably going to move on to the next one. Doesn't look like he's really firing on anyone just at the moment. But yep, we have managed to destroy this Noble Blood Cav over here, and we've got a Colchian Noble still in the fight. They're probably gonna grind out a fairly nice engagement with those Parthian swordsmen. Over here we got mercenary hoplites going to hoplite wall up against those Colchian Nobles. They're gonna get destroyed eventually. And these Eastern Cataphracts are gonna come back here and prove a little vengeance on these cheeky Noble Blood Cav that made their way through the very thin ranked mercenary hoplites. These guys, look at them just crumble under the weight of these Colchian Nobles. These guys are absolute beasts. Melee defense of 81 when they've got hoplite wall attached, and 105 armor. These guys are beasts. And they have the fucking sickest armor as well. Check out the little hamlets. So cool. So we've got an XP Chevron coming with these Parthian swordsmen. Looks like these Noble Blood Cav are doing a number on the Eastern Cataphracts. They've only lost one man so far. They've got 137 kills. And it looks like Bobi's kind of hasn't reacted just yet. He's kind of content to leave his units out in the wings and just let this fight ensue. Which is probably not going to go too well for the Eastern Cataphracts in extended melee. Because they don't have shields, of course. They do have incredible armor, but, you know, melee combat, that's not really what they're made for, really. They're going to take unnecessary losses. It looks like Bobi finally is going to peel a Camel Spearman over and take some shots with his Persian Light Archers. So the mere presence of this Camel Spearman is probably enough to put this fight... Yep, there we go. To put this fight beyond beyond the Noble Blood Cav. Good use of the Camel Spearman, I think. He's going to have a good time with them around the battlefield. They are light melee cavalry. They are camels, so they're a little bit slower than horses. He could use them to good effect against the enemy skirmishers, I would believe. Or maybe cav engagements. It's a shame you don't see more camel units in Rome 2. I know that Wolf of Remus tends to like to bring those the camel units and that kind of thing. And I have to agree, I really like the individual, you know, Egyptian units with their camels, that kind of thing. So we're going to have Colchian Nobles are going to withdraw. We've got this wing just kind of sedentary out in the flank here, just waiting for an engagement. So all in all, I think that middle engagement went very well for Legion. Doing a nice little knockover charge with a Noble Blood Cav and getting into the slingers. Destroyed, well, he almost destroyed two Parthian foot archers. This one has come back from the fight. And he lost a Parthian swordsman, and I think that was it. Parthian swordsman, veteran hoplite. There might have been an hillman in the center there as well, but that is the risk of you know, having units only two men deep. You kind of run the risk of getting charged at and then bowled over, and then your opponent can actually just pull through. But yeah, it looks like we're having a little bit of a shuffle. People are setting up. At this point in the match, I think they kind of paused for a bit, and Bobi sent me a message and was like, "Hey, what's the rule on pull-throughs?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's all right, it's fine. There's no problem with that, as long as you're doing it with skirmishes or units that are already lying down the ground having a nap." So let me just do a cut here, and we'll come back once the game resumes. And it looks like we've got Mercenary Hoplite is going to be moving up. Yep, so Bobi's going to form up with the rest of his troops out in this flank. He doesn't really have a whole lot of killing power left in his army. I mean, these Noble Horse Archers are going to have to... They're going to have to carry at the end of this match here because they're the only real killing potential. These archers are not too bad, but they're going to need a fair bit of time, which I don't think they will have enough of because Bobi just doesn't really have the support to cover his bases, really. He's got very few infantry units left over. I can't see this really working out very well for Bobi. We got Parthian swordsmen moving back, just getting away from that engagement. These Eastern Slingers are going to be targeting... What are they targeting? Yeah, probably the Noble Blood Cav. Not a bad target at all. Very nice charge incoming here from Bobi. Going to slam him into the flank of this Cartly Axeman. Oh my god. Brutal charge. Nice stuff. Knocking down almost the whole unit. And we've got this Cartly Axeman going to be coming into fight with against these Parthian swordsmen. These Colchian nobles are going to chase off those Eastern Cataphracts, and it looks like Bobi's getting some very nice shots in here, but he's getting returning fire from those Eastern Slingers. So Bobi's content to just hold back and just fire him with his units here. Not a bad idea at all. Nice charge against the Noble Blood Cav with the Eastern Cataphracts. He could probably slip through a Camel Spearman at this point. It looks like there's a bit of a gap here. This engagement is probably not going to go too well for the Parthian swordsman, but we do have a Noble Blood Cav getting a half decent charge into the back of that Cartly Axeman. The continued fire of these Eastern Slingers is going to pay their toll. Probably going to kill a couple of their own men though, to be honest. Don't think these Persian light archers are firing on anything just yet. We got an engagement over here with these mercenary hoplites, and it looks like we do have an engagement over here as well with these Parthian swordsmen and axemen. Don't know how that's going to go actually, to be honest. Yes, here we go. We got the Camel Spearman coming through and getting into those Eastern Slingers. Going to chop down one of them. He's going to get caught eventually by those Noble Blood Cav. He's going to want to get into those units and then out very quickly. And it looks like we get a switcheroo. There's Noble Blood Cav just going to be taken away. And it looks like they're going to go after these Persian light archers. So Legion is like, all right, if you're going to go after my archers, I'm going to do the same. I'm guessing. I mean, I would if that was me. So we got Parthian swordsmen doing pretty well against the axemen, all in all. Not bad at all. And it looks like Legion's got the same idea out in this flank. He's going to get his Noble Blood Cav and go after the enemy skirmishers. Not a bad idea at all. These Colchian nobles are going to be struggling against this very strange formation of these mercenary hoplites, just because it opens them up to a lot of shots with these Persian light archers. Over here we've got these Camel Spearmen almost being caught by the Colchian noble general, and Legion's able to get his Noble Blood Cav into a nice charge against those hillmen. Probably took a javelin though. But they are being held up momentarily while these Persian light archers just commit murder on this guy. Only down to 24 men. Is probably going to crack very soon. Noble Horse Archers bring over here. I guess they're probably going to be targeting this Colchian noble general. But man, they're going to have an absolute field day. One of these very heavy missile cav is probably going to be able to destroy that hillman on the charge. Looks like he's going to go for it. You can see out in that flank we've got the Camel Spearmen getting into the enemy skirmishers there. It's pretty nice. This is going to be brutal. Boom. Amazing stuff. Absolutely destroying that hillman there. And these guys are left to get some pretty amazing shots into the back of this Colchian noble general here. They are in hoplite wall, though they will struggle. Camel Spearmen destroying a whole bunch of slingers out in this flank as well. And Legion's going to be repaying the favor with his own Noble Blood Cavalry, getting a couple of kills here and coming after the other Parthian foot archer. He's going to want to get rid of them completely. Yeah, he's good idea actually. It looks like he's making sure of his kills, because if those units come back, they could come back to haunt him, just like this one here that was attacked in the first stage of the game. Mercenary Hoplites in hoplite wall, holding pretty well against these Colchian nobles. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Look at this formation. They're like split up into two groups. I played a game with Granitor the other day, and his pikemen had split up into 3 groups. It was amazing. I don't know how that ever happens, but pikes seem to find a way. This is absolutely brutal. Man, Blood Mod is on. The Colchian nobles are just getting absolutely worked in the back by a bunch of different units. This is absolutely brutal stuff here. They do have amazing armor, 105, and a pretty good missile block chance with those huge shields of theirs. But no unit's going to be able to survive this kind of hail of arrows here. down to 34 men. They got a charge activated against these Persian light archers. And Bobi does have a Parthian swordsman here. But looks like the general is going to go under at any point. Yep, and it's going to be sandwiched between a Parthian swordsman, who does get a precursor javelin, and a mercenary helper. So that's the last of that unit. Legion's pretty much wrapped up this flank for himself, which is pretty good. He's been able to hold on to a whole bunch of Colchian nobles out here. He's got a noble blood cav, so he does have a bit of mobility left in the field. He's got an axeman, a Colchian noble. So 3 Colchian nobles. That's going to be a big ask. So Bobi's going to have to try and find some way of dealing with those units. Ooh. So Bobi's got his skirmishes left out in the open here. But a very nice counter charge by these noble horse archers. They're going to be able to do quite a number on those noble blood cav. And the noble horse archer general is going to be able to get in here into combat against those noble blood cav and probably do quite well in that combat there. Though the heavy mass of these noble blood cav means that they're able to get out relatively unscathed. These Persian light archers are going to be an absolute asset for the end game here, because they're doing this kind of thing, like firing into units that are running away, and these noble bloods are taking a lot of losses. How many kills have we got in these units? 35 so far. 39. Not heaps of kills, but they are very valuable kills on units like Colchian nobles and stuff like that. I wonder how much ammo they have left. So a very dense formation here, and Bobi's going to take that initiative and shoot into it. Very good idea. And he's going to use his Parthian swordsman to hold up all of these units. Looks like Legion's kind of guilty of blobbing up his units here. Probably not the best strategy. He's got a noble blood cav coming in here that could get a very nice charge against these noble horse archers. Oh, that's amazing stuff. But the charge from the noble horse archers is going to be friggin' brutal. You see a couple of these noble blood cav drop straight off the charge, and they should do okay in melee combat as well. Melee defense is not the best on these guys, is it? Nah, 21. Not that good at all. But they should do okay. They should win that fight. Colchian nobles getting charged by a mercenary Hoppertay. They're going to be shredding that unit. How many kills? Amazing. 142, 144, 170. Crap. Legion's done really well with his Colchian nobles at this point in the battle. But again, these noble horse archers getting some amazing shots into the rear of these units. He's going to have to pull out, or he's going to take a javelin volley. Oh, sneaky. Now we got another Eastern Slinger that's come back into the fight for Legion. This noble horse archer is doing a number on that noble blood cav, but he's going to have to pull out at some point. Oh, and look at him go. He's going to go straight for the archers here. Not a bad idea at all. And he's going to take his Bobi's going to have to take his noble horse archers and try and do a block. Yep, we got Bobi's horse archers just made it around these Colchian nobles, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to catch them. Of course, these noble blood cav are a little bit lighter than noble horse archers, so they're going to be able to get into those Persian light archers before they get murdered by Bobi's general. So, noble horse archer over here, 60 men left. So that's going to be a very tough unit to crack, and he did manage to defeat those Persian light archers or Eastern Slingers that came back into the fight. Bobi's done a pretty good job getting rid of that noble blood cav, though it does stabilize amazingly enough. And that gives it enough time for these Colchian nobles to get into the fight. All the while, though, these Persian light archers are getting some amazing shots in here. Very good shots into the flank and into the rear of these units. But he's going to have to be careful. The noble horse archers are taking a lot of fire from this as well. Don't know how much friendly fire is going to be happening here. But these are some incredible shots. 76 kills and rising. Ooh, morale's going to be starting to fail on these units. Got a very nice charge from the noble horse archers into these axemen. They are failing. They are exhausted. They are losing decisively. And it looks like they're going to start to waver. Man, I did not expect this. Though, they have started to stabilize here, these Colchian nobles. Going to take out this noble horse archer with 12 men left. But that just means that his units are all clumped together. And it means that Bobi can use this opportunity to just fire in with all of his units. Very nice use of flaming shot here. And it looks like we're going to get a nice charge in here. And very nice charge against the axemen. Absolutely murdering a whole bunch of these units. Just knocking down heaps of them. So we got whistling and flaming shot activated. Looks like he was using both of his units to get that fear effect going. And we're going to get attacked in the rear. Penalty applied to a lot of these units. We got 2 Colchian nobles that are fairly healthy. 30 men left and 75. Bobi's going to have to pull out of this engagement and start cycling. But still, he still has this one noble horse archer that's doing quite well. 55 men left, 21 men. These Persian light archers, it looks like they're out of ammo. Yep, they've got their daggers out. So he does have one over here that does have a little bit of ammo left. I'm guessing it must have a couple of volleys or something. Being an archer unit, you can't expect it to have that much armor. Or ammo, sorry. So, whistling shot activated. They're going to be coming through for another charge. Very nice stuff. And that's going to open up the rear for these Persian light archers. And we got a bit of a wave here. Amazing stuff. Such a close end to the game. This is so incredible. Flaming shot coming in here and a nice rear charge. Very timely from the noble horse archers. Is it enough to break this one Colchian noble? If he can't do it now, then it's never. Because you can be sure these Persian light archers are not going to be able to deal with this one unit. Oh, the morale's gone. 63 morale. How do you crack that nut? Okay, Bobi's got one last noble horse archer. It is exhausted, so each player's desperate to kind of finish this game. Doesn't look like this unit's have enough. Oh my god, this unit's wavering now. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Very nice rear charge. This could end it all. The Colchian nobles are going to stabilize, and they were braced, so very smartly, Bobi's going to pull out of that engagement. Doesn't look like these guys... Okay, it looks like he's run out of ammo, so the only killing power that Bobi has left are these noble horse archers. This is incredible. Why does this always happen to Bobi? Legion's done an excellent job with his Colchian nobles so far. 120 kills on these guys. They are very tired, but Bobi's units are very tired also. He doesn't have any ammo left on his Persian light archers. So a very cinematic end to the battle. Let me just go into fucking... Yeah, here we go. So it looks like Lonely Legion's going to be maybe trying to charge. I don't know. It looks like he's being very, very careful to not, you know, overextend himself. And he's going to turn around and go for these Persian light archers. If he can get that balance bar back in his favor, that should really work for his morale. Very nice charge against the Persian light archers. Going to kill off a couple. Not even. They didn't. Doesn't look like they even reached them. And look at this. It's because Bobi's horse archers are looking a little bit menacing over there, and they're going to come in for the prowl. Looks like Bobi's content to kind of split up his forces. Oh man, bit of a cat and mouse happening here. Of course, he would want to be very wary of this charge from those noble horse archers, but he's going to turn around and try and get a nice charge against the enemy here. Oh, unbraced. Definitely unbraced. That was not good. So it looks like that's going to have a really good effect on those Colchian nobles. They're going to pick up a couple of kills, a lot of kills off the charge there. Noble horse archers doing pretty well. Oh, and that morale's starting to drop on these Colchian nobles. Double XP, triple XP chevron. No, that's just one. And it looks like it's game for Bobi. Holy shit. Costly victory. Dude, I would call that Pyrrhic. Yeah, there we go. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. What a game. Oh, Wrath of the Legion. What a match. How did he go? Colchian nobles absolutely killing it. 166, 180, 128 kills. Surviving all the way to late game. Very good use of the noble blood cav. They got an amazing amount of kills. The Eastern Slingers did really well to hold off the enemy horse archers. His axemen underperformed, I feel like. A few of them got a whole bunch of kills, but I feel like they should be getting a lot more kills in this kind of match. I mean, their only real potential target would probably be the mercenary hoplites and maybe the Eastern Cataphract. And he had friggin', 2 Carlies and 2 axemen. But anyway, good use of infantry as well. But fuck, Bobi, man, look at these noble horse archers. Ridiculous amounts of kills on these units. 121, 174, 104. These units, when you get into late game, they can be an absolute asset. You can just see how many units they took out of the fight at the late game. The camel spearmen doing really well against the enemy skirmishers. Eastern Cataphract being like so-so. I don't remember seeing a whole lot of what it was actually doing. I think it was dealing with enemy noble blood cav for the most of the match there. The skirmishers of Bobi, he did manage to lose a couple of those, but by the end game, he had a couple left over, and it looks like these two are doing a fair amount of damage on the enemy Colchian nobles. Double XP chevron for this guy here. Hillman doing alright. The mercenary hoplites doing okay. Parthian swordsman doing actually better than I expected. A fair few kills. I guess they were always going to be better than axemen. So I guess there were engagements where they probably could have won out fairly easily. Oh man, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I did. That was kind of like an edge of your seat battle kind of thing. But anyway, we're going to have a lot more risk battles coming up very soon. So stay tuned. I think I've got 3 more that I'm going to be bringing out this week. But yeah, we'll see you guys then. Until then, this is Jujubear signing out. Peace.